Have you seen the Direwolf return? Yo, I heard about that. Yo, hold on. Let me actually look that up real quick. Direwolf. What the f? Like, the information that we have with DNA is just so crazy that it's just scratching the surface. It's gonna come a point in time where you can clone a human, and it might be in our lifetime. Didn't they bring back the woolly mammoth too? What is this patch? What are these patch notes right now, bro? It's like Nintendo bringing back the GameCube. Aww, they're so cute. They'll eat you, but they're so cute. For its Direwolf project, Colossal began with the aforementioned 13,000-year-old tooth from Ohio and a 72,000-year-old inner ear bone from Idaho. Sampling these specimens and building on previous findings, Colossal's team extracted and sequenced Direwolf DNA assembled genomes. Bro, these time periods is so far apart though. Wasn't there like evolution during that time? Then compared the results to that of living canines. This enabled them to pinpoint where the Direwolf's genome differ from that of other species. In doing so, they discovered that gray wolves share 99.5% of their DNA with direwolves, making them the extinct animal's closest living relative. What's the difference between a direwolf and a regular wolf? There's literally nothing, right? Using this information, Colossal then employed a gene editing method called CRISPR to edit the gray wolf's genome to more closely resemble that of a direwolf. To do this, they made 20 strategic edits. They're treating this like it's a YouTube video. 20 strategic edits across 14 genes, with 15 of the edits recreating extinct gene variants. Do you think that this is good for society, for them to be bringing back extinct species? The hell? Fuck no. How did it go? How did the direwolf go extinct? The direwolf went extinct around 13,000 years ago, likely due to a combination of factors, including the decline or disappearance of large prey species such as horses, bison, and camels, and possibly competition with displaced by gray wolves. I don't think we should be bringing this shit back, bro. This is crazy. Bro, this is crazy. You think it's gonna come a day where there's a zoo with extinct species that got brought back through DNA modification? Bro, if they can modify the DNA of animals, it's gonna come a point in time where they're gonna be able to modify the DNA of humans. Yes, human DNA can be altered through various methods, including gene editing technologies. Whoa. Yo, what if they try to bring back, yo, what's the prehistoric human called? Neanderthals. That shit would be that's not a good idea. I'm about to look up direwolf versus regular wolf right now.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last direwolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up. And
why? Did we really need a direwolf though? I don't know why they did this.
The video tonight.
Tonight, a howl 13,000 years in the making. In a first for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life, a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Well known from HBO's hit show Game of Thrones, ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas.
Are we supposed to be doing that?
Where scientists are using genes from...
I'm not gonna lie, they are hella cute. I'm thinking, yo, can we like mix the direwolf with a dog? Like, imagine we're able to train a huge pack of wolves and we can use them in war. Go! This is actually scary though.
To create dire wolves.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, 7 months old, dire wolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day.
And David, the company tells us they're...
Why did they do this? Just because? There are actual wolf hybrids I've seen. One is huge. What are people saying? My mind is telling me this is the beginning to Jurassic Park, but my heart is telling me those puppies are cute. They are so cute. They aren't quite dire wolves. They are gray wolves that have been genetically modified to have the most, but not all dire wolf genetic traits. Jackals are closer genetically to dire wolves, and the company themselves said that they aren't making dire wolves, but what the public thinks dire wolves should look like. Dire wolves in reality were physically very different with a completely different bone structure, especially in the skull. The dire wolf ecosystem no longer exists, so none of these animals will actually be released. It was a proof of concept experiment before they were attempting mammoths and pigeons. Fascinating, with lots of beneficial scientific promise, but they aren't exactly direwolves. There's something in between. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the earth again by 2020.
Nah, this is really just for the aesthetic, bro. We don't need all these old animals to come back, bro. There's a reason why they died off.